Maryland man is arrested for allegedly pointing a gun at a couple after they took selfies. We hear the full story from Danielle White, the 27-year-old who was held at gunpoint for seemingly just snapping a picture. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. So that was 27-year-old Danielle White and her boyfriend Walter. It was a Sunday afternoon around 4 p.m. in Maryland. Danielle and Walt were taking Snapchat photos of themselves during an outing to a local market. That's when 38-year-old Timothy Davis suddenly confronts the couple. The escalation didn't end there as Davis decided to follow the pair into the parking lot. Davis then pulls a gun on them.
Hey!
Davis was arrested and charged with first and second degree assault, disorderly conduct, firearm use, and reckless endangerment. So joining us now is Danielle White, the Maryland woman who was held at gunpoint and recorded that video. Danielle, thanks so much for coming on.
If you could, just take me through what happened.
So we went to Kenny's Market because they have the best chicken. I'm not going to lie about that. Their chicken's good.
What are we talking here? Rotisserie,
So we're
pulled?
Fried chicken.
Sandwiches?
So we went no, just fried chicken on the bone. They're so good. But we were waiting in line and I was being a goofball and wanted to take pictures of me and my boyfriend, like selfies and like the weird filters that distort your face. And so I noticed this guy was staring and I kind of just stared back at him, kind of ignored him. When he got done buying whatever he had to buy, he bought I think 2 cases of water. We walked up and he said, "Were you taking pictures of me?" Kind of attitude. I said, "No," just like that. My boyfriend kind of de-escalated it and was like, "No, dude, we were taking a Snapchat filter picture. It's all good." And then he got smart. And I said, if I wanted to take a picture, I would just show it to you. Like it's not that hard. There's nothing illegal about taking a picture of somebody in public. But we were just taking selfies. He got very mad and called me an effing B, which was lovely. I walked out of Kenny's and I said, that's a real tough guy move to call somebody, the B word, a female at that. So my boyfriend followed me out. When we started walking to the truck, he started running his mouth about God knows what. Then when we walked to the truck, I did take a picture of him because he was saying a bunch of stuff. He was threatening us. So that's when I pressed record. Right after I took that picture, I pressed record. And that is when he came up. He pointed the gun at my boyfriend's chest. And I kind of sidestepped a little bit because it scared me. I sidestepped towards the gun because I didn't want him to do anything to him. So then that's when I yelled, "Hey," in the video, and he pointed at me into my face, grabbed my arm, and then that's when the video kind of cut because we kind of wrestled a little bit to try to get him off my arm. So it was interesting. It was traumatic, but it was interesting.
Did you think he was going to shoot you?
I did. At first, I thought he was going to shoot Walt, which is my boyfriend. That's his nickname. I thought he was going to shoot Walt at first because that's when he pointed the gun at Walt first. But in the video, you can see that he had trigger control, which means that his finger was off the trigger on the side. I didn't know that at the time. I just seen a barrel on my face. So, it was a possibility that, yeah, he could have shot me. And the gun looked like a big gun. It looked like a .45, which could do a lot of damage.
You said he was saying threats to you, I guess, before he
Yes.
pulled the gun and in the store. What did he say to you?
So he started threatening us outside of the store, just saying how he was going to beat my boyfriend and me up. My boyfriend is 6'7". I'm 6 feet. That didn't really scare us. They're just words. The gun did. He had a concealed carry permit, which is very shocking, being at the fact that he pulled it out of his waistband. There was no holster, and being at the fact that he pulled it out because of him thinking somebody took a picture of him, which is ridiculous.
Did you think he accused you of taking a picture of him? Obviously, to your word, a ridiculous reason to pull a gun on someone. Did you think of showing him your camera roll and being like, hey, look, it was a Snapchat?
Yes. So I told him, and I told him, if I took a picture of you, I would just show it to you. But at the time, I didn't even get a chance to even show him, to prove to him that he was wrong, because he just flipped a lid. He just started going off. So there was no chance of, we couldn't even de-escalate the situation because he just kept escalating it.
You said he grabbed your arm. Like, what did he do exactly?
So when he pointed the gun at my face, he grabbed my arm. I don't know what the purpose of him grabbing my arm was. Maybe he thought I was going to grab the gun. So maybe he tried to grab my arm. I'm not sure, but that scared me, because when you touch somebody and then somebody's got a gun to your face at that, we could have went into a wrestling match and the gun could have went off. So I'm glad that I kind of shook him off of me. And then he sort of calmed down and just walked away. But it was definitely scary. That's for sure.
What'd you think of him being released without bond?
I was pretty upset. Being at the fact that he is a loose cannon. And there was reports, because I posted the video on Facebook, there was a report that he pointed a gun at somebody else, but they never reported it. Yeah. It can't be proved, but somebody did say that. I don't know if they wanted attention, but yeah. So there was another report that he pointed a gun at somebody else. He had a concealed carry permit, but probably not anymore. But I'm very upset that they released him. He should not have been released. I have a child. That could have ended up very badly. I could have been hurt or killed. My boyfriend could have been hurt or killed. And also the people in the parking lot could have been hurt or killed. I mean, you don't pull a gun, especially out in public where there's a bunch of people and kids. I'm sure there was kids in that parking lot.
What do you think a proper sentence is for him?
It's hard. It's hard to tell. I do think all gun rights should be pulled from him, and he should get years, because this was not a normal situation. This situation could have turned deadly very fast, and I don't want it to happen to anybody else.
Yeah. And you personally, how are you feeling since this happened?
I mean, I think I'm in shock, but I'm more in shock that he is actually out there just walking. He's not on an ankle monitor. He's just out there walking until the court date, which is very scary.
Danielle, thank you so much for coming on. And again, I'm really sorry this happened to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.